What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. We've got a juicy 9-game slate on the card. I've got 3 bets that I've already put down that I'm going to take you through today. If that sounds interesting, let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
What's good? I hope you guys are doing well. Before we jump into the picks, we do have to recap our last video. 4 picks. We go 3 and 1. The one that we lost, I was really happy with, if I'm being honest with you. Wendell Carter Jr. over 10.5 points. Unfortunately, Wendell Carter Jr. didn't come to play today. It was a good read. He had a season high in shot attempts, which was great. He dominated the boards. He played a lot of minutes. He unfortunately just shot 1 from 7 today. My man decided to play like Angel Reese, then Wendell Carter Jr., a career 50% shooter, must I add, shoots 14% from the field today in a really soft matchup. So despite that losing, I was honestly happy with the read. That's a little bit of short-term variance. The winners, we had Ayo Dosunmu over his points prop, so that cashed. Benedict Mathurin over his points prop, that cashed despite him getting injured. And we also had Miles Bridges over his rebound, that cashed relatively easy as well. So, look, despite the 3-in-1 day, I think things could still be better. And over time, as the season progresses, my knife only gets sharper, you could say. So hopefully we can sweep on this one. I've got 3 picks for you. Before we get to the picks, quick shout out to PropsMadness, the best tool you're going to find if you like betting on NBA player props. All the advanced data that no other app is going to give you. I use this religiously, 4 to 5 hours every single day. I encourage you guys to check it out. You get a discount if you use the code DAFT when you sign up. I've got a link for it down below in the video description. And I also want to say thanks to RotoWire. RotoWire is where I get all my projections in terms of how many minutes these guys are going to be playing. I've been using RotoWire for the last few years. You also get a discount if you use the code DAFT when you sign up to RotoWire. Links for that are also in the video description. Now let's get into these 3 plays, shall we? So today's topic, we're talking about bucket getters, and we're really just honing in on some guys who I think are going to score some points today. So kicking it off in the first game, it's the Brooklyn Nets versus San Antonio Spurs. And whilst I would love to bet on Victor Wembanyama today, great matchup. There's a potential blowout as well. I'm making a pivot. I'm going with Cam Thomas today. 22.5 points. I managed to catch him at 21.5, but 22.5 is perfectly playable as well. Now, I will call this out straight off the top. The risk in this game is the blowout. It's a 12-point spread. The San Antonio Spurs have been monsters. But the Brooklyn Nets, they live and die by how Cam Thomas plays. If he plays good, they could potentially keep this game close. If Cam Thomas sucks, they're going to get blown out anyway. So this play is not directly going to be impacted by a blowout. If anything, Cam Thomas is going to impact the blowout, in my opinion, anyway. So everything kind of starts with Cam Thomas for this Brooklyn Nets team. Leads the team in shot attempts, points, in assists. Like, he is the engine that drives their offense. And I really like the matchup here that he has against the San Antonio Spurs. Now, first up, he's projected to play 30 minutes today, which is nice. His usage rate has been extremely high this season. If we just look specifically at his usage rate, 27.9% and 33.7% usage rate. This man is touching balls more than... I'm not going to finish that off because that might be a little bit inappropriate, but Cam Thomas is going to get busy with it. Now, if we look deeper into this matchup with the San Antonio Spurs, in a very small sample size, their defensive rating has been awesome. With Victor Wembanyama patrolling the paint, he's getting a ton of blocks, deterring people around the basket, which is why so far this season, they're top 5 in points allowed in the restricted area. Given Victor Wembanyama's defensive presence, it allows the perimeter players for the San Antonio Spurs to really pressure that perimeter, knowing if they get beat, Victor Wembanyama's got their back. So what that means, in my opinion, is a lot of these Brooklyn Nets are kind of dependent on outside shooting. And given the difficult matchup, I think it's going to be a Cam Thomas who creates his own shot here. He operates very well in the paint, in the non-restricted area, but also in the mid-range, getting all these shots off the dribble, getting to the free throw line and such. Whereas you can see on the shot chart for this season, San Antonio Spurs have been almost purposely allowing their opposition to score from those areas. Whether you're shooting a mid-range or making a layup, it's only 2 points, and you'd prefer the opposition to take those mid-ranges than getting easy buckets around the basket. And this is where Cam Thomas is going to thrive as a shot creator. So I do like the matchup there. If we look at history, his head-to-head history against the Spurs is pretty decent. What do we got? In 3 games in the last 2 seasons against the Spurs, averaging 26.7 points per game. Did double check. Victor Wembanyama was a part of a lot of these. Scored very well in these games, and it's not like he saw tons of volume and minutes and stuff like that. In like his most recent game against the Spurs, he only played 26 minutes and scored 24 points. A lot of it really is just about volume for Cam Thomas. Obviously, we need some efficiency as well, but he's shown us in the past that he's been able to score in that Victor Wembanyama type matchup anyway. And I think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to need Cam Thomas to be at his best today. So I feel like this line is a little bit too low for somebody with his type of usage. If we continue to see this line, it might be something I bet frequently, similar to Benedict Mathurin. If his line holds at about 20 to 21 when he comes back from his injury, of course, then yeah, might be an automatic play for me. I think you'll hit it more times than not over the season. So I like Cam Thomas to get some buckets today. The other person I like to get some buckets is someone who just made us a little bit of coin, and that is Miles Bridges. So I took his over 21.5 points. So far this season, he's gone under this line in both games. 18 points against the Brooklyn Nets, and then more recently, 18 points against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, in that last game against Philly, he missed his first 7 shots. He was playing absolute dog shit. Then Brandon Miller got injured, and that opened things up for Miles Bridges. The volume was great. His efficiency improved. Still finished with 18 points, covering his points line within that game. So Miles Bridges, I'm expecting Brandon Miller not to play in this one. He is questionable. I will call that out. But he's got severe shoulder soreness, and there wasn't a particular play where it kind of happened. So, and they haven't revealed what the extent of the injury, but for it to stop him from being able to come back, and the fact that the Charlotte Hornets are on a back-to-back, I highly doubt that he plays. And this is coming from someone who's played sport for quite a long time. And with a lot of my injuries, I'm not playing the next day. So, especially my shoulder injuries, I'm expecting Brandon Miller to be out, Miles Bridges to see more volume and opportunity in a prime matchup like this Washington Wizards. So I bet on AD in the last game against the Wizards, because the Wizards have been soft as hell around the paint. And Miles Bridges loves to get busy in the paint, especially in that restricted area. 33% of his points this season coming around the basket. And we can see here Washington still a bottom 5 team in limiting points down there. We've seen athletic wings have some success. It wasn't just AD scoring around the basket. PJ Washington played very well. Cooper Flagg had a career high against them. Oftentimes just attacking the basket, which I do expect Miles Bridges to do quite often and frequently. So I do like him to get some buckets today, get some extra opportunities with no Brandon Miller in the lineup. Now, if Brandon Miller does play, he's not going to be at 100% anyway. The matchups for the other players in the Hornets, like LaMelo Ball doesn't have the best matchup. Colin Sexton doesn't necessarily have the best matchup either. I know that they're not afraid to chuck up shots, and it's probably the risk here is going to be the volume and where the points are going to come from. But Miles Bridges is LaMelo Ball's favorite target anyway. So LaMelo's got high usage. You better bet your ass that Miles Bridges is going to see some ball anyway. So I'm rolling with Miles Bridges here, 21.5 points. I like the over. Then my last play, we go to the Los Angeles Lakers versus Sacramento Kings. And I'm betting on Austin Reeves to get some buckets, over 23.5 points. He's over this line in both games this season, 26 and 25 against the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. 23.5, I feel like they're hanging a pretty low line, and I like this for a couple of reasons. One, the Sacramento Kings are a worse defensive team than both the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So this matchup is automatically already easier than what he's faced so far. The Sacramento Kings, looking at their defense, have been really weak around the paint. I think they're bottom 7 in limiting points in the paint. They also give up a ton of points in the paint in the non-restricted area, where Austin Reeves scores 26% of their points. The Sacramento Kings lack rim protection. If I'm being honest with you, you got Sabonis down there who's likely going to foul out in this game if Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic play. But no rim protection down there. Austin Reeves should have a lot of success when he drives the ball to the basket. The other thing I like about this game is that I only expect him to get more opportunities, right? You got to keep in mind that he scored 26 and 25 points in the same games where Luka Doncic is averaging 46 points per game, which is absolutely amazing. Luka Doncic's usage rate in the last game was almost 50% against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Austin Reeves still managed to crank out 25 points. I think Luka is also due for some regression. And the other thing I'll say is Luka may not even play this game. Luka's questionable with a thumb injury, and if Luka is out, this line is clearly way too low for Austin Reeves. If Luka plays, we know that thumb's not 100%. Luka historically against the Sacramento Kings has averaged less than 30 points against them. So it's not like he's always killed them either. I just think there's a lot of reasons to see upside here in Austin Reaves. Should be able to get some buckets against the Sacramento Kings. So good matchup. Luka likely regresses. Luka may not play. Austin Reaves has been that second guy. He's been getting busy. I'd say that the other pivot for Austin Reaves is just to look at the PRA, 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists, because he's also covered his rebounds and assists line in both games so far this season. And if Luka doesn't play, that's going to open up more rebound and assist opportunities for Austin Reaves to really get busy. If Luka's out, I might have to play an Austin Reaves triple-double. Who knows? But for simplicity, I'm going with Austin Reaves as a bucket getter. Over 23.5 points to just keep this thing nice and simple. We've seen other guards have some success against him. Devin Booker covered his line. Keontae George covered his line against the Kings. We've got a decent total at 230. We've got a 2.5 point spread, so there should not be a blowout, but it's the National Blowout Association after all. Random shit can happen. But I do like Austin Reaves just to get these buckets here against the Kings. So those are the 3 picks. I don't have any extra insights or analysis in this particular video. It's been tough to do to get all the NFL stuff down and my NBA stuff down. So I still have a lot more research that needs to be done. But you know that I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Hopefully we go 3-0 on this one. So if you like the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we're doing this every single day. Also, if you're an absolute degenerate the way that I am, and you prefer to spend hours of every day doing watching NBA and betting on it, then my NBA season pass is for you. It expires in less than 48 hours. The season pass is a heavily discounted price if you pay up front for my VIP. If you're interested in that, there is a discount code and a link for it down below in the video description. For those who just want to go month to month, I got that too. But if you're somebody who just wants to know what I'm betting on every day in terms of straight picks, I'm betting on like 5 to 10 of them every single day. You can sign up to my straight picks plan. It's only $1 a day. Links to all those are in the video description. Whether you look to sign up or not, it's all good, because if you made it this far in this video, you've done enough and you showed me enough support already. So I do appreciate everybody who's made it this far in the video. If you're betting on this late, I wish you the best of luck. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.